All right, I'm going to show you guys how to set alerts on your charts in TradingView. Again, this is not a tutorial on how to set it up or how to, get any of the indicators that I'm using. This is just how to set alerts. That's all this is going to do. And if you guys will give me just a second, I'm going to grab my glasses because I cannot see. So I've had some people ask, how do I get my life back while learning how to trade? And this is something that was tough for me when I first started. I just would look at an idea or something that I thought was going to happen, or something I predicted, or something that I thought for sure the indicators were showing me, and it would take forever, I mean forever, to manifest. And so it really took a lot of time away from my normal life. So I'm going to show you how to set alerts. But this is two different types of alerts I'm going to show you how to set, which is really cool. While I'm doing that, and before I do that, let me just say that I am not a professional master trader. Don't have any credentials in that. However, I have earned quite a bit of money in trading, in the trading Forex and cryptocurrencies. So I think I qualify to at least share some of the techniques that I use, and that's all this is for, is informational purposes only. Just to share with you some of the techniques that I use on how to get alerts on where the market currently is, or where the market is headed. And that's all this is, how to get your life back. So let's look at Bitcoin real quick. It's August 16th, 2019, and we're on a daily chart. The first thing I do first thing I want to do is draw some type of supply zone. Right now we're playing around in this area here. I am on the daily, so I want to draw some type of supply zone, because I see that we've rejected here and here and here. I mean, the market was all the way down here and shot up, which was nice because I made some good money. But why are we rejecting here, here, all these different areas? Why? What's happening? What type of market structure do we have that's causing that? That's the first thing that I do. And so what I like to do is I like to switch to a line chart. The line chart is going to give me true breaks, number one. I'm going to go over here to my brush, and I am going to draw a zone. I want a zone. Now, of course, I don't know what this is or why this is like this, but I go into the color here, and what I want to do is I want to make it to where it is transparent. Boom. And that's what I want. I'm going to adjust this really quick. I'm looking for where it has some clean breaks. Yeah, so this is kind of what I want. Kind of like right there. And I could do this, and I could, go here. Or even I could do this. Right about here is about right. That's about right for what I'm looking for. As you see, I do have an indicator here that if you look at how it lines up the lines here, how it lines up this flat spot, that is a resistance or support, depending on which way it's going. That is a zone. So I'll switch back to candles, and what you're going to see is, let's see, going out of this zone is a large candle. Coming through a large part of the zone is a large candle. Trapping several other candles, trapping the, but again, going out of it, large candle, going out of it, large candle, again, large candle, going out of it, large candle, tested, and it rejected. The supply zone here was strong enough to reject that. Should have been another large candle there, possibly, but rejected. Again, large candle, large candle. So that's my supply zone, right? Next thing I'm looking for is I'm going to go down to the hour chart. Sometimes I go to the 4-hour chart and take a look at it there, which I think I'm going to do. Just hit that and reset my chart. Sometimes this volume profile gets kind of crazy, but I want to stretch it out a little bit. And I am only interested right now if I, well, let me reset it real quick. So if I reset it, we can look at, again, I just use this part to draw my zone. But if you look and go back in time, what do you see? Again, we peek through, we peek through, we peek down, we peek down, we peek down. Yeah, we peek in, large candle, large move, consolidate, large move to get out of it. So this is a pretty solid supply zone that I've drawn here. So let's stretch it back out. Let's get this one indicator out of the way so we can talk about how to set alerts. Nope, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. Okay, how to set alerts, right? So I'm looking where the market currently is, and this is all I'm interested in right now is this weekend. Because I've already drawn my zone. It come up, large candle to go through it. Before it even did that, large candle stopped, boom, and then it tried to go through it again. It just again another indecision candle, and then boom, and then again long wick. And in order to get through this zone, we had to have a large candle. So I kind of like where we're going here, but I want to make some money on the way there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this, what's happening here, because obviously in this situation here, the market tried to go long, and guess what? We had again bulls in this area that wouldn't let that happen. So let's draw a trend line. I'm going to draw a trend line right here, and I'm going to draw it to my zone there. Okay, I'm actually going to make my zone a little bit longer, just a little bit, and I'm going to really draw a channel here, and I'm looking. It just needs 2 points to be considered a trend. So guess what I just did? I just found 2 points, and guess what? In finding point number, finding point number 1 and point number 2, guess what? We have third confirmation that, you know what, this is a trend. If you guys can see this, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. So I'm going to switch down to the hour chart so we can get a better look, bigger look at what's going on here. Let's move this out a little bit so that we're a little bit precise. Boom. If I look at what this market did here, this is pretty strong. Candle indecision type deal here. I'm going to take and I'm going to draw a ray. And I'm going to use this point, this medium here. Right? So I'm going to use this medium. And I'm going to, it touches there too, but I'm going to have to also just, you know what, let's not use that. I don't like that, because let's use this low right here. So yeah, let's use this low. So I take this low, this medium, and I take it there, or even if I do it here, where it kind of, the market to me was not strong enough to have one solid candle. I'm going to use this point right here as, or I could look at this also. Can you guys see this? How we have two long wicks right there. So I could do that. Either way it goes, there's something happening here where we're just touching, we're touching. Again, we're trying to go back up. We then reject. So this video is about setting alerts. So I don't want to get into really my strategy or anything like that. But I wanted to share that because there may be some questions on, okay, what do these lines mean? Why did he put these lines here? So now let's talk about setting alerts, because I drew a ray here. I have a trend line here, and I have a trend line here. I personally think that this this zone, this is going to do this number. I think it's going to come here. It's going to come here. It's going to retest, and it's going to bounce up. I don't think it's going to be that smooth. I think that's a good explanation, but I think it's going to do something like this, 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 back up. We're going to play around in this a little bit, and I think we're going to hit here and reject off of here, right? And reject big. That's what I'm looking for, right? That would be the perfect scenario, but I don't know that it's going to do that. Right? With the market, nobody can predict the market. The market does what it does. But what I want to do is I want to position myself to know. Even if I thought that it was going to do this, I can set alerts to let me know when it touches here, right? When it touches here, when it touches here, without knowing exactly where it's going to be. So I'm going to erase this real quick. Me, what I'm looking for, if I look at this, everything in the top portion here, these are long candles, but then my action going down, right? Good, nice candle, my action going down. Everything here is, as it touches here, is strength that at least gets it to the medium. Again, we touch here, strength gets it all the way almost to the medium. We push down, but guess what? We bring it all the way back up. Trying to push down again. We got a large candle to knock it out of that. So I really feel like this zone right here, anything that touches this area right here, anything that touches this area, it's gonna sell. Okay. I'm looking here. We rejected. Plus, we've got this supply zone right here. So I think that anything that touches this trend line, anything that touches this trend line, is going to be a sell. So me personally, I'm interested in when it gets here, buy. I'm interested in when it gets here, sell, right? So what I want to do is I want to know when it touches here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that trend line, and I'm going to, I'm sorry. I want to click on that trend line, and right here there's a little alarm clock with a plus sign. I'm going to add the alert. I want to know when this thing crosses, period, just touches it. I want to know, you can do it either way. It only does it once, when it touches it once. But I usually like to do once per minute. The reason why I do once per minute is if you take a look at what happened here, if you would have gotten just one signal here, and let's go back for a second, and let's do this. Let's replay this bar, right? Let's replay this bar. Let's say that you would have gotten that, and you want to know when it touches. It would have touched right there, and it really wouldn't have alerted you to much because it would have bounced back off. That would have been your only alert, right? You're still waiting. You're still waiting. You're still up. You would have missed that to know what's going on. You know, you would have missed all of this. You would have missed that. You know, you would have pretty much missed that. So again, do we touch again? I don't think we do, but you know, you guys get the point. But no, we touched. No, almost touched again. But you get my point. If you only do once, to me, set an alert to where crossing, number one, and then also once per minute is cool. If you want to do once per bar, that's also cool, because what once per bar would do is also give you multiple touches, and you get multiple alerts. So again, I like once per minute, and then you can have more alerts down here. You can even set up your email address here, and I won't go into that right now. Send me a message, and I'll do another video on that if I have to, but I like all my alerts to be good to go, and that's what I want. I'm gonna hit create. So guess what? When it touches that, I know where it's going. Now, if you look at this, this was probably a very fast touch and then retrace. So something that I like to do, I'm just showing you how to do the alerts. You know, when it crosses this bar, I can do an alert here also. You know, whatever I want it to do, whether I want once per bar, once per minute, whatever it is, I can create it. So I've shown you that. That's what I've shown you. That's what I wanted to do. But for me personally, um, what I like to do is take, and let's say that uh, I'm interested in a sell. I'm sorry, a buy in this area. I do the trend line so that I can have some type of market structure. But I'm also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a trend line, and I want to know when this thing is almost there. I don't want to wait until it gets there. I want to know when it's almost there. So again, my alert here. I'm sorry. My alert for this one, I'm actually going to delete it because I don't want an alert there, right? I want an alert here, and this is where I want my alert. So then once my alert is here, I can either set up make sure my buy limit is correct, or my buy stop, whatever I've set up, make sure it's correct and ready to go. So this is where I'm actually going to set up my alarm. I want to know when it crosses, and I want to know once per minute, and I'm going to label this. And right here, I will usually say approaching, whatever you want to do, approaching um, buy limit. And let me scroll up so you guys can see that. I spelled that wrong. Approaching buy level zone. And this is around the 102.11, 102.11 area. And that's what I do. So I'm interested in, boom, in that there. I'm also interested in when it gets here, but again, I'm going to take a trend line, and I'm really going to, probably what I would do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to drive here like this. I want to know beforehand that when this thing gets here, and I'm going to set an alarm. I want to know when this thing is crossing up my trend line once per minute, or if I only wanted it once, blah blah blah, whatever. And crossing up trend line, again approaching well, it wouldn't be approaching sell limit area, supply zone for me. This is because it's approaching my supply zone. Okay. Again, it's some people like naked charts. Some people think this is too much. Whatever floats your boat, do it. I like to have my life, and so I can literally look at alerts on my phone and know where my market is, and that's what I like to do. So in this case, there are some supply zones that I'm interested in, and what I'll do, I'll take a horizontal ray, and I'm gonna mark those off. Obviously, we peaked off of that, and we also had a flat candlestick somewhere in that area. Also in this area here. I'm sorry. So I'll do my ray. Also in this area here. Okay, so that's a good supply zone. We have consolidation in this area, another good supply zone. But then also, if we look here, so I think somewhere along in there is a good area. So for me, I just mark these zones. But again, I'm gonna get a trend line, and if you wanted to leave your chart like this, that's cool. Um, actually, you want to leave oh, I'm sorry. And the reason why this is doing this, guys, is because I just put the lock drawing mode on, That's why it's doing that. I wanted to kind of click that. But you can leave those on there if you want. I don't want to. I don't want those on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me a trend line. And I want, let's see. I want to mark this zone here. This is not a sell limit zone for me. So I'm not going to mark that because I don't think that this thing is going to do this and then bounce down. I don't believe it's going to do that. If I were to mark the tops of these trends, and again, guys, yeah, I'm drawing a lot of lines, but they're not going to stay on my chart. I'll show you exactly what my chart will look like. But if I'm trying to predict, where it's going to go next, it looks like it's going to, if it does bounce down on that, like it's going to bounce there, like it's going to bounce here, like it's going to bounce here, it's going to do that number, right? That's what it seems like it's going to do for me. So for me, I'm interested in looking at this. This is not a sell zone. So I really don't care about that. What I care about is this. So I'm looking at this trend line, and I'm going to take this trend line, right? I'm going to take this trend line, and because I know that, I'm going to make it longer. You guys get it? Of course you do. Going to make it longer, and I want when it crosses that trend line, that I want an alert on, right? I also want to know when we're about this area here. And the reason I want to know this area is because if you take and you measure this from here on down, not bad, not bad. If you have it just depends on what your pip goal is or whatever, Me personally, once I get here, I will buy all the way through that. I will buy all the way through that. Me personally, I will. But the main things I'm looking for is here. I'm looking for that. Right? I'm looking for that. Crossing my supply zone. Crossing up, trend line once per minute. Yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And so the only things that I leave on, I'm going to take that. I don't want that on my chart. I don't want that on my chart. Don't want that on my chart. And I don't want that on my chart. So really the only things I'm going to leave on my chart are these right here. And I may, the reason why I have this still here is because as we bounce and we bounce up, I'll have some multiple recognition. So let's go back real quick on the move. As we bounce down, guess what? I get a notification. As I bounce here, I get a notification. Bounce down, I get a notification. Guys, you can ride this into thousands of dollars. Or depending on what level you're on. Again, this is informational purposes only. A trade idea, not a suggestion for you to take this trade. But again, the prediction. Let's say that I waited here. I could do this. Boom, 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 and be done. Maybe that's my pip goal. Possible, right? And I'm done. Now I erase this one. I erase this one. I erase this one. And now I just have this alert. Now I just want to know when it hits the supply zone. Why? Because I feel like this thing is going to hit here. It's going to reject. And I personally think because of this line, it's going to do this number. It's going to down. It's going to reject. It's going to bear trap all the way there. And people are going to go, ooh, she's running. She's running. You know, oh man, we got to. And this thing is going to come all the way back down. All the way back down. And just plummet. Again, this is just a trade idea. Some people ask me, say, why do you believe that? Well, there's an indicator that I have here. It's called a 5-day high and lows. Look what I got here. I got a 5-day low. I got a 5-day low right there. Right here. Is it possible for this to do this? Why is that? Why is that not possible? Head. Have you not seen a head and shoulder do this number? Tell me you haven't seen that in the market before. So again, you just got to be real careful. But anyway, this video was on alerts, and hopefully it helped you understand how to set alerts. You could do this all over any chart. I'm show you guys, you know, the alerts come out like this, and this is the way they come out. And here's just again how I make my money is by just these alerts. I don't remember what chart. I think it's USD CAD. Yep, there we go. So this one, I got this today. Right, you see it's a lot of junk on here, right? A lot of junk on here. But I use this trend line right here. This trend line right here to make me a lot of money today. A lot of money, right? Overnight, this market was doing this number. Again, I marked this the head, I marked this the left shoulder, I marked it the right shoulder, and I did enter the trade on this shoulder here. I took the risk. I set my stop loss up above this market high because again, this is the green mark is telling you the 5-day high, right? Green marks 5-day high. So I put my stop loss above the 5-day high. Yeah, it was pretty steep. It was a risk I was taking, but looking at what I saw here, I said, you know what, this is going to do it. So again, this is a freebie for y'all. But to understand how to use the trend line alerts, and so I took the trade on this shoulder, right? Because everything was perfect. As a matter of fact, let me go into showing you guys my idea why I even did this, right? Let me show you guys. I think this is pretty cool. If you're done, you've seen the enough you need for alerts, and you're done, cool. You can exit this video. That's perfectly fine. But I'm gonna show you guys what I saw in this and why I actually entered this trade, and I'll show you. It all started about right here. All of the pairs, some of the U.S. pairs, a lot of the GBP pairs were doing this. So I was like, man, what is going on? What is it doing? And so I saw this, and so I was looking at this, and I saw it dipped down, and then after a while it dipped up, right? And it dipped up almost to the. I saw that long, that long. See that? Forming the head. Because I looked here and I'm like, okay, that to me, this is before I drew all of this. I was like, that to me is trying to form a head. Let's see what happens. And so we went and we peeked out. That candle finally filled out. Said okay, and then we got another large candle going the other way. And I'm like, okay, what is this thing trying to tell me? And then I saw that. I said, what is it trying to tell me? If it drops down, and picks back up, if we go strong, and when I say go strong, hardly any green, hardly any bulls in this area, then you know what? We're going back up. As soon as we hit a high, we get a large candle going down. My first large candle going down, I'm going to up, I'm going to sell. And compared, and for this, what I'm looking at, that was my first. Again, we didn't have enough power here to have a large candle up. Right? We didn't have enough power to have a large candle up. So this was, again, building, building, building. All of a sudden, there's a bear right there that says, no way, it's not happening. And this bear is the one that started the fight. So I entered the trade here. Now, this was the high for this move right here. But this was the 5-day high. So I entered my stop loss above this, right? And the reason why I entered my stop loss above that was because, again, this was forming a Batman. You know how this looks like? This here looks like Batman. And guys, my mentor does this awesome. And I can't really do it that well. I'm going to try. Let's see. And he does this well, man. And there it is. So anytime you see that pattern there on this shoulder, boom, you can sell. Boom, you can sell. And I mean, is it okay? It's not a huge, but is it okay to get 41 pips like that? Of course it is. Of course, right? Again, you see the Batman. He's smiling at you. Is it okay that you get to this shoulder? Let's say that you don't, but you're looking at your candles here. You see how we're trying. We're trying, but let's say that you say, okay, well, we're moving now, and you get in right here. Is it okay to collect 59 pips? Of course. So let's go back to what I was seeing here, because again, I caught this also. But this one right here, when I saw this, I said, okay, looks a lot like this one, right? Looks a lot like this one. So let me catch this. So I sold here. I entered the trade here. I set my stop loss above the 5-day high. It was risky, right? But I'm looking at a little drop. Now, what I did, I put this line here, as you see, and I said, you know what? This line represents where I feel I'm safe at. Safe enough to take my stop loss and bring my stop loss down. That's what I did. I said also, I'm going to put another line right here. And the reason why I took and I put another trend line here, I'm going to show you guys why. I did this. I said, you know what? I want to know when the market gets here. And the reason here and not here is because that obviously was not enough to do anything. It's a pivotal point, but if I extend this out even more, I would actually do this. And that's exactly what I did. I said, well, let me extend it out and see what's out there. So then I looked at it and I said, you know what? For this first trade, once I get here, I get my alarm, I'm going to move my stop loss here. So something happened here. I'm sorry, my take profit. I move my take profit here. Then I remembered. I said, you know what? We don't do take profits. So I said, okay. What I'm going to do is once my alarm gets here, I'm going to actually enter another trade right here, but I'm going to be more aggressive with it. I want the same 20 pips, right? I want the same 20 pips. You guys listen? I want the same 20 pips. But this time I'm going with I'm going to triple my lot size because I know that I can get 20 pips from here. No, I'm sorry. I said I know I can get 20 pips from here. This is what I said, y'all. I can get 20 pips in this zone. I said I know I can. And it's actually a little off, but let's do it right. I said I know I can, and I went all the way over here. And I said I know I can get 20 pips in that zone. So I'm going to triple my lot size and get another 20 pips. Mind you, this is 36, but I said I can get 20. And so to understand what I was thinking, real simple. I'm going to show you. I'm going to play what exactly happened. So the market came down, spooked a little bit, and this is exactly what it did. And I'll show you guys. You guys are going to see where it ended up. And I ended up, exiting the trade. This is exactly what it did. So now I'm in there. I'm in there for a sell stop. Ooh. Did I make a mistake? Nah. Not at all. Ooh. Indecision candle. Oh. So guys, I knew that, again, that we were headed towards this trend line here. We had to with the structure that it gave me. So again, conservatively, I ran this all the way to about right here. That's where I exited because I had a stop loss there. But I wasn't concerned about that because, I got double my goal. In every trade, I want 20 pips. So I got my goal. And then this was the one that tripled my lot size. I tripled my lot size. And I actually jumped out of the trade exactly right there. And I got 30 pips. Just like that. So guys, just a little tip on how these trend lines help you. And again, I had an alert here. So my alert was here to let me know my sell stop activated and that I can pay attention. I can pay attention and look at my phone. But throughout this whole thing, all this right here happened overnight. All of this from here was about 12:30 at night. All of this was overnight. It was the morning time. This sell stop hadn't even activated in the morning when I woke up. But again, that's how you can use alerts. Hopefully this helped. Guys, you got any comments, please be nice. I'm going to turn the comments off of you guys. There's a million ideas out there. And I'm not here to combat anybody's idea of how to trade. There's thousands of different skills and all that, and that's cool. But I'm just giving an idea. I made a lot of money, so you can't argue with that. But I just wanted to share kind of just some information on how I use alerts to get my time back and enjoy my day. Hopefully that helped somebody. Thank you.